Hello everyone, welcome to this video, which is the first video in hopefully a long series of videos that I'm going to make based on the Agostini build, the Millennium Falcon model kit. The plan is that I assemble this entire model over the course of time as I get more and more of these issues that are needed, and I'm just gonna kind of share my progress, my experience and everything with building this model here. Agostini is making this 32-inch replica of the 32-inch studio scale model used for the movies, the Star Wars movies, and it's basically going to be a model of the Millennium Falcon that resembles the Master Replicas model. And also Steve Dimso was hired as a consultant for developing this kit here for Agostini, and he was, I think he was the chief executive officer of Master Replicas or something. He was very hands-on with the Master Replicas model, and much of his knowledge is going into this model here as well. I always wanted to have a Millennium Falcon in my collection, but the Master Replicas version is just insanely expensive these days, so it's kind of out of the question. So this build here by Agostini is definitely a viable alternative to me. The only catch for me is though that I don't really have any past experience with building models like this. So it's kind of a challenge for me, I think, but Agostini have said that this is something that most people will be able to complete. You don't need that much experience, and they are going to provide instructions for every single issue that they send out to the collectors. So I'm feeling pretty confident that this is going to be a very fun project and everything. So that's pretty great. As you can see here, I have something on my table here, and this is actually issue number 1. So as you can see, you get these various bits and pieces. Some of them you might be able to tell what are. The point with issue 1, I would believe, is to kind of give customers and new customers the idea and sense of what this is going to be about. What are the materials? What is the quality gonna be like, and everything like that. So you have a little mix here of components. You have one of the gun turrets here, which is all these parts here, and they're made out of some kind of metal. And you have the back wall of the cockpit here, which is a plastic bit here, and then this sticker that you put on it. And then you have some of the framework that's actually going to be a metal structured framework underneath the hull of the Millennium Falcon, just to give it this really solid feel. And you have these bits here. This is the floor of the cockpit, and then you have some of the hull plating here. So this is probably the most interesting bit because you get a sense of what it's going to look like. Now, Agostini did provide some level of pre-paint to these hull platings here, but my plan is to just simply go ahead and repaint all of it. So I'm gonna prime it once I get to that, and that's gonna be once I've kind of assembled the whole thing, I think. But I might go ahead and paint some of the smaller interior bits and pieces before we get to that point. Maybe the cockpit, and as you're gonna see in the next video, I'm gonna talk about the, I think it's the next video, the cockpit seats and everything, because they have kind of a wrong color. But yeah, for this video, it's gonna be a very humble video. I'm not gonna really progress that much. I just simply want to give you a sense of what this build is about and what they send you every time you get one of these issues here. So let's go ahead and have a look, because I have also some other stuff underneath here. As you can see, I want to show you what they sent me with issue 1. So hang on. Alright guys, so let's take the bits here and put them aside for now, and let's have a look at the magazine, because this is also one of the main features of each issue. You get this magazine here, which is really cool. Actually, it contains a lot of interesting reading material, mainly some articles based on the Star Wars universe and with some fun facts and everything. Various different articles, also some old reference shots and stills from the movies and all that. Here's a nice illustration of the gun turret, which is pretty cool and nicely detailed. More articles, and also actually a reference shot of the studio scale model, I think this is. I'm not really sure. Sometimes they show you the studio scale model, the real one, and sometimes they just show you the prototype of the Agostini model. More articles here. And then we come to the fun bit, because this is where they go over all the bits and pieces that you get in this issue. So these bits and pieces are all mentioned here, and they go about every one of them and talk about where they fit on the actual model, so you know what you actually got this time. And on this page you can see they actually also went ahead and almost completed the interiors of the cockpit. These are the red seats that I'm definitely gonna repaint those, and probably also the rear seats here, and maybe also the floor and everything. But I'll talk about that in a future video, I think, and show you how I went about it. And then we also have some actual assembly instructions. This is how you assemble the gun turret, that is again made from metal parts. Some reference shot here. So that's really nice, and it really makes me confident that this is going to be a fun experience, and I'm gonna be able to do this, because as I said, I don't really have any past modeling experience, model building experience, not modeling. So I'm pretty confident that this is going to be okay. And also there's just millions of sources online. You can read build diaries from other collectors and just watch YouTube videos and everything, and I'm gonna do that. On the back here you have issue 2 and issue 3 mentioned, along with the covers of the magazines, and of course the parts and everything that comes with these issues here. So let's put that aside, and then with issue 1 also comes this awesome blueprint, and as you can see already, it's huge, because this is only the front. This blueprint actually shows you how big the model is going to be, so it's 1:1 in scale with the actual model. I'm not going to unfold it in this video, I'm just going to show you a photo of it instead, because it's just going to be huge and you're not going to be able to see it the way that I've set up my camera right now. But this is a beautiful blueprint. They updated it. They initially made another version of this for their demonstration kit, but they improved it a great deal, and it's just beautiful. On the back side is also some overview of all the frames and the plates and everything on the exterior. And once I'm done with this entire build, I might actually consider going ahead and framing this or something like that, because it's just a beautiful blueprint. And also with issue 1 comes the series guide, which is basically a brief overview of this entire build, with some lots of information and everything, and a list of all the features. I don't know if you can see all this, so I'm just gonna be quick about it. It's gonna feature light up in the cockpit and in other places, of course also the engine or exhaust. And it's gonna feature at least one moving part that I know of, the boarding ramp, which is also very cool. I already saw a video of a guy assembling it, and it looked like a lot of fun, but it also looked very difficult. So yeah, that was just an overview of the entire process somehow in this brief series guide here. But as I said earlier on, I don't really have any experience building models or anything. The only experience I have is with Warhammer figures that I painted in my youth. So I did go ahead and pick up lots of modeling tools and everything for this project here. And as you can see, I have this lovely cutting mat here, which is just to give me a nice surface to work on once I get there. It's the largest one. I don't recall exactly. Is it A1 or something in size? So it's like 90 centimeters times 60 centimeters. It's a big one. It's made by Alpha, which I think is a good company. And then I also picked up a few different tools. This is some masking tape, and I'm not gonna need this for a long time, but I just decided to pick it up because it was there in front of me in the store, so why not? I know I'm gonna need this for when I'm actually gonna paint the model. Then I picked up some files. This is a set of 3 different files from Tamiya. Medium double cut, which is also nice for cleaning the small bits and pieces. Of course, I needed a good set of side cutters here, so I picked up this one also from Tamiya. I picked up a modeler's knife also from Tamiya. This is the one that ends in 740. And I also actually picked up some extra blades for it. So I'm pretty good now, and I also picked up these cocktail sticks because those are gonna be nice when I'm actually applying some glue. And the glue that I got is this Citadel one, super glue thin. The most important thing is that it's this cyanoacrylate Ca glue, which is gonna be the most efficient glue, I believe, for this build here. But there are many different types of glues that you can, or from different companies that you can pick up. But this is the one that I got, and I'm gonna let you know how it works out. So yeah, I think that basically covers everything, guys. For this video, this was mainly thought as a brief introduction of the first issue here, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna take out the bits and pieces and talk a bit more about them, and then I'll wrap up this video here, and then you can follow my progress in my following videos. Right now I'm thinking of making maybe one video per issue, but if I feel that I'm just talking too much and there's not enough going on, I might take more than one issue in each video in the future, but I'll just see how it goes in the future. Anyways, let me take out all these parts here and let's have a look at them. Alright guys, so as you can see I have all the bits and pieces now here on my mat, and as I've said earlier on in this video, I think the main point of the issue 1 was to kind of give people an idea of the materials that are used in this build here. So you have a little bit of everything. You have the gun turret here that you can actually go ahead and assemble as it is. It's basically just following the instructions that I showed you in the magazine. And yeah, I'm not gonna bother you with this. You might already have seen someone do this in a different video at this time. But in any case, in my next video, I'm probably gonna show you what it looks like. These needs to be painted as well, so I'm gonna prime them with some kind of good primer for metal. And as you can see, you can actually also disassemble them like this. And then I'm probably gonna glue them before I actually get to the painting stage, just to make them sit snug to each other and everything. The frame here, can't really do much with it either. This is just the framework that's gonna be very big in the end. It's made from this very nice alloy metal thing here. I don't know exactly what it is. Then you have the plate thing here. As you can see, there's a mild level of weathering on it already. I'm gonna prime it up following the instructional videos posted by the Agostini on YouTube. So I'm gonna give them a layer of the lacquer that Steve Dimso mentions. But I'm gonna wait with that until the point where I actually have almost the entire Falcon assembled, I think. But it looks beautiful, and the weathering on this part here looks actually pretty decent. But it's gonna be pretty easy, I think, to acquire the same level of detail here and make it look even better. This is the flooring of the cockpit, which is this black plastic material here. I think all the plastic parts, by the way, are made of ABS plastic. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that's the reason why you need to use this Ca glue for putting this piece together. I don't think Steve Dimso recommends using a cement, but I've also heard from other people that they had success doing that, so that's something I'm gonna leave to you guys. I'm gonna try and use this Ca glue here. I hope this is gonna do the job for me, or else there are many other variations of it out there. Then you have the back panel here for the cockpit. As you can see, you have this sticker here which fits on perfectly here. It's pretty simple, so I'm not gonna do that in this video either, because there's not really much for you to enjoy by looking at me applying one sticker. But that's pretty cool, and that's gonna be light up behind this panel here. So that's pretty awesome. It comes with lots of different small screws, as you can see. The entire model can actually be assembled mainly using these screws here. These are some gold ones. I know that in the later issues there are gonna be different colored screws, black ones and I think metal silver ones. And they're pretty much color coded, so it's gonna be easy to tell which to use in every single situation. And I recommend that you somehow keep some kind of storage available for all these things, and maybe sort things as you get them, because sometimes the instructions will tell you to go back and pick up the screws or the bits and pieces you got in a previous issue, and it's gonna be nice, I think, to know what you got with which issue. So that's basically it, guys. There's not much to talk about now in this video here. I think I'm gonna wrap it up now, and I'm gonna grab my second issue and do a video of that, and then we'll just move on from that point onwards. I'm a bit late to the party, I know that, so if you're building this piece or this model yourself, you might already be way ahead of me, but I'm simply doing this series of videos for my own enjoyment, actually. But I thought it would be fun for my followers to follow my progress, my thoughts and my experiences with it, and in the future maybe this series of videos will actually be helpful anyways to some of you guys. But I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope it wasn't too long, because I did a lot of talking, but I had also a lot of things that I needed to establish and also introduce. So yeah, I think my future videos will be a bit shorter, and there'll be more and more of a focus on actually showing you my progress. But for now, guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.